I want to prove that n plus 1 choose r plus 1 divided by n choose r is equal to n plus 1 over r plus 1. And then find what this is. Okay, so first let's do n choose r is n factorial over r factorial multiplied by n minus r factorial. So if I have n plus 1 choose r plus 1, that's going to be n plus 1 factorial over r plus 1 factorial. Multiply that by n plus 1 minus the quantity r plus 1 factorial. I'm going to simplify this. I'm going to leave the top the same. I'm going to leave r plus 1 factorial the same. And for this one, I'm going to subtract the 1's. So those are going to cancel. And I'm going to be left with n minus r factorial. Okay. So I'm going to divide this with n choose r. So I'm going to have n plus 1 factorial divided by r plus 1 factorial. Multiply that by n minus r factorial. And I'm going to divide it by n choose r, which is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So 1 over n factorial over r factorial times n minus r factorial, which is really r factorial times n minus r factorial over n factorial. Okay. And now I can simplify. So I'm going to leave n plus 1 factorial as n plus 1 times n factorial. R plus 1 factorial, I'm going to have it as r plus 1 times r factorial. Now the n minus r factorials are going to cancel. So then what's left is r factorial over n factorial. R factorial is going to cancel, n factorial is going to cancel, and all that we're left with is n plus 1 over r plus 1. So the first part is completed. Now for the next step, I want to simplify the fraction. So I have 15 choose 5 plus 14 choose 4 over 14 choose 4 plus 13 choose 3. So keep in mind what we just found was that n plus 1 choose r plus 1 over n choose r is equal to n plus 1 over r plus 1. So these guys have to be, the ends have to be 1 away from each other. And these guys as well. Okay. So I have 15, 14, and 13. So what number is 1 away from them? If I choose 15, that works for 14, but it doesn't work for 13. And if I choose 14, it works for 15 and 13, so that's a good choice. And if I choose 13, 13 works with 14, but not 15. So you kind of have to choose the one that works for both of them. So we're going to divide everything by 14 choose 14. So since you're dividing everything by 14 choose 4, you shouldn't change the value of this. And the nice thing is that some of the terms are just going to be 1 because they're the same thing. Okay, so like these two will be 1. Now I have 15 choose 5 over 14 choose 4. If I look at this formula, it's clear that n is 14 and r is 4. So the answer will be 14 plus 1 over r plus 1. And then for this one, I can rewrite it as 1 over 14 choose 4 over 13 choose 3. And then I can use the formula. So in this case, n will be 13, r would be 3. So the answer would be 14 over 4. So now let's write it down. 15 over 5 is 3. So we have 3 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 over, we've said 14 over 4. Simplify. 3 plus 1 is 4. Then it's 1 plus, the reciprocal of 14 over 4 is just 4 over 14. And we'll simplify the, actually we can just multiply top and bottom by 4. So that will be 16 over, then 1 times 4 is 4, plus 14, 4 over 14. Sorry, we have to multiply by 14, not 4, because that's this guy. So we'll have 4 times 14 is 56, over 1 times 14, plus 4, which is 56 over 18. Simplify that, we get 28 over 9. And this is our final answer.